Hello, this is Bill Claudsey back with an Ultimate Masters Draft. This is my first Ultimate Masters Draft, and yeah, this is going to be a learning experience, so hopefully we can apply our experience with multiple new draft formats, limited formats over the years to this new one. I have looked at some of the cards, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of cards that I'm seeing together for the first time. Now, what do we have here? Celestial Colonnade. This is going to be worth something, and it's also just a pretty good card since it won't take up one of your generally 23 cards in your deck, and that's a good place to start. I mean, honestly, if all else fails, just pick the most expensive card. Living Lore has some neat combos. Mahamoti Jin is a big creature, and then the rest of this is pretty good. Wingsteed Rider, Heroic is generally insane, but let's take the Celestial Colonnade and see if we can't make that work in some kind of deck here. Great. Wall of Reverence. Gain life equal to the power of target creature you control. So gain 1 life a turn. It's a 1/6 defender with flying, so it's going to block most things. I'm going to highlight that here because this could turn into a pretty big control deck, and there might be some life gain payoffs. Appetite. Exile a large card. I'd rather have exiling or discarding a low mana cost card. Destroy target tapped creature. Yeah, this is a good one, actually. Swift Reckoning may be better than Wall of Reverence, but yeah, the other tiebreaker will be rarity, so cards you don't get to play with as much are better to play with earlier in the format. Guildmage is definitely a good one, and you don't really need to be in black to take advantage of it. Patchwork Gnomes, 2/1 for 3. Okay, so highlighted a few cards there, but I'll take the wall. Through the Breach. Somewhat these master sets play like cubes. However, you're not going to find as many game-winning pieces to these combos. Through the Breach might just have some value in a lot of places, but you're not necessarily opening the Mythic where you instantly win with it, Emrakul or something. Buried Alive, another neat combo card for some reanimation, and there are reanimation synergies. Graveyard to its owner's hand, or just ways to get things back. Madness is a nice deck archetype to go into here. Yeah, Through the Breach. Flight of Fancy, what is this? Some sets I have played with, some I have not. Wild Mongrel is a nice enabler for Madness. Think Twice is pretty good. Yeah, here I'm going to go with Blast of Genius. It looks like we're ending up in a control deck. Oh wow, Laboratory Maniac. Could we build a crazy deck like this? It's worth a try. Self-mill, and then you have to protect your Maniac somehow. It is uncommon instead of rare as it was before, so maybe that's something that's supposed to be more supported. It's a 2/2 anyway. Terramorphic Expanse. Unclear how important the fixing will be, but if we're in 3 colors, then we will want something like this. Return target instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand, like Blast of Genius. Yeah, that could be neat here, but I'm going to go for Terramorphic Expanse to try to be more open to a 3-color deck. Fire and Ice, I really like this one. That's a common now, that's cool to see. Without Entwine, it has to be just one or the other, but yeah, just take away their land for their turn and draw a card, or Fire is amazing, just kill 2 things or kill 1 little thing. Whenever a player discards a card, you can get a Spirit for 1 white mana. So kind of a Madness card, good against a Madness deck. But white itself probably doesn't have that much madness. We'll just have to see. Exile, sacrifice the 1/1 for 1. Exile target card from a graveyard. It could be interesting, but I'll definitely take this Fire and Ice. Desperate Ritual. I don't know that Storm is quite supported here. Whirlwind Adept could be fine. Shielding Plaques. What on earth is this? Hybrid Aura for a creature. Draw a card when it comes in, so that's pretty good, and then gives it Hexproof. Enchanted creature can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control. Why didn't they just say Hexproof? Because that... And last time I checked, that's the definition of Hexproof. Target enchanted creature has Hexproof. I think that would make more sense, but whatever. Oh, I see. Because you're not giving your opponent's creatures Hexproof. You can put this on your opponent's things. Aha, okay. Yeah, I knew there must have been a reason. Dakmor Salvage. Nice little dredge playable here. Stitcher's Apprentice. Oh, I'd like the Stitcher's Apprentice. You create a little dude, sacrifice a creature. I remember this being kind of tricky to play with, and that's the kind of card I'm interested in. Adept is another one I wouldn't really mind. But let's grab this Apprentice. You know, anytime combat kind of goes against you, you can recover by getting a 2/2. Okay, foil. Counter target spell for 4, and then sometimes you'll be able to discard a card in a land. If it's in the late game, maybe those cards aren't as important for you, but I guess it's even better with some Madness cards. We'll try that here. Or Self-mill with the Skullkeeper. More Heap Dolls. Yeah, let's take a foil. Another foil. And I guess these are just going to be common and all over the place. We've got 2 here. Take a chance to read Spark Spitter. Yeah, you're trading cards for damage, I guess. These 3/1s, if they get in there, can be extra damage. And it is a discard outlet. Unfortunately, I think at this point we're just in a control deck. So, take another foil. But we're seeing a lot of these enablers for a Madness deck. Blue-green Madness is probably open. Molten Birth, I like Molten Birth. It needs a little support, like some sorcery, payoff card. Yeah, I'm going to take Dimir Guildmage here. Raid Bombardment. 1 damage to the player or planeswalker that creature is attacking. Raid Bombardment can finish a game pretty quickly. I'm going to take the Expanse, actually. The Iguanar is maybe not so bad, but I'll be able to play anything that I pick here. Wild Hunger, Aggressive, sacrifice this to put a -1/-1 counter on a creature. That's solid. Cathodian, easy to play, just a 3/3. Maybe you'll get some advantage from it, probably not, but whatever. Walker. Alright, I mean, maybe white's not so open, but we could always just splash the wall and with the Colonnade and the Expanses with 1 planes. Urborg. Urborg's neat. I might take that just for the worth of it. No, it shouldn't be worth that much. This has been reprinted recently, so we can ignore that for now. Think Twice would be a good one. Maybe Faithless Looting. More ways to mill ourselves. Cathodion. What is this thing? Apprentice Necromancer. Reanimate a creature from your graveyard. But it's just for 1 turn. So you really need a good payoff for it. And then what do? You sacrifice it at the end, your end step. So if you could keep doing this if you had multiple Necromancers or something. I might just take this Cathodion. 3/3. Resurrection also helps get stuff back, but Spoils of the Vault. A storm-looking card. Find a card, but you're going to lose some life looking for it, maybe. And yeah, until our deck is much better, we're going to avoid effects like this. Just the Wind, that's a good one. A little bit of madness there to help out with foil, for example. Oh yeah, that seems like a good combo. So we need more cards like this. Mystic Revival, Flashback 3. Yeah, I'll take Just the Wind here. Angel of Despair and Ulamog's Crusher. These are, so here's a common payoff to all that reanimation. Annihilator too, I love Annihilator. Resurrection, yeah, the kind of card that works well with it. Unholy Hunger is good. Maybe we're going to take this Angel of Despair. It's 7 mana for a 5/5 flyer, but it destroys target permanent. Our mana might get good enough to play it, even though we need some extra black here. And in a control deck like this, you just need some bombs. Stitched Drake is good, although while we're a blue deck, we don't necessarily have so many ways to get creatures into the graveyard. So yeah, take a fun one here. Slippery Bogle. There's going to be a lot of cards that reward modern players. Just build up your collection. Bogles. Living Lore. What is this? You can sacrifice this, and if you sacrifice it, so if it survives the combat, you may cast the exiled card, like a Blast of Genius. Foil's not great. Converted cards mana cost. So yeah, Living Lore off of a Fire and Ice is not terrible. It becomes a 4/4, and then you can cast a Fire and Ice again, which is pretty neat. Sure, I might take that here. Seize the Day is a couple extra combat steps, but we'll probably not take, good advantage of that. All right, what are we in? 4 colors now? We're in like Grixis, maybe splashing white or something. But yeah, to get that working, Counter Squall looks good. Or Dimir splashing red-white. Counter target non-creature spell, so it's negate, but its controller loses 2 life. And it's it is a foil, so maybe that's worth something. Maybe speaking of foil, maybe foil is just better for us here, but we might have another chance at a foil, and we don't have so many cards to discard. Squeeze back. Buried Alive. I still don't think that's going to be our win condition. But we have Sacrifice outlets. We have Servitor. If you get a bunch of those, that gets better. And Repel the Darkness. Here's a tough one. I'm not sure about this one. I'll take Squee. Just a chump blocker for a bunch of turns. Okay, Become Immense. A nice one. I don't know if Infect is supported in this set. I don't think so. But there are a few hexproof creatures or unblockable creatures that make this a bit better. Heroic creatures. Well, yeah, 2 options here. Think Twice and Unholy Hunger. Probably we want the Hunger. Crusher. Regenerate target creature. Regenerate each creature you control with Spell Mastery to instants and sorceries in your graveyard. Then we have Fauna Shaman, which we don't want for the deck. I'm not sure about that. God's Willing is a nice trick. Probably the best thing you can be doing in a heroic deck. What is it? Does it protect anything of ours especially well? I don't know. I'll take this Crusher, though. Apprentice Necromancer. We might be getting to the point where we could reanimate. Yeah, getting an Angel of Despair into the battlefield for a turn seems really good. Although this is just a 1/1. I think I'd take Think Twice instead. I'm going to treat this more like a control deck now. Demure Guildmage number 2 over Spoils of the Vault, which might be worth something, but I don't think it's worth too much, and certainly it's not that good in this deck. Athlete, Aggressive, Turn to Mist, gotta make sure I know what this does. Exile, Flicker a creature. Any creature, your opponent's creature, your creature. Yeah, that might be a nice trick. Especially Angel of Despair. Tap a couple creatures. Martyr of Sands, also modern playable. Mark of the Vampire. There are some hexproof things. We don't really have a creature base that would support this. I guess strapping it on a Cathodian would be okay. We'll see if we have to do something like that. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, yeah, I guess Wandering Champion is fine. Still don't think we'll be playing enough white to really care about it. Wicker Bow Elder, last pick. All right. Kind of a once cube staple. Maelstrom Pulse is nice. The only color we're not in now is green, but no reason why we couldn't play this, and this one might be worth something. Anyway, are we passing anything really good? I guess Faith's Fetters qualifies as something really good, but yeah, we don't have a ton of white. And I'm just looking at this Maelstrom Pulse. What is this Dawn Charm? 2 mana, instant. Prevent all combat damage, so Fog. Regenerate a single creature or counter target spell that targets you. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, I'll take the money here. The money and the solid card. Destroy target non-land permanent. And if they have multiples, or it's a token creature that they have a bunch of, it just kills all of them. So obviously very strong. It's just, can we cast it? We have 2 Terramorphic Expanses, so splashing one of red card or something. In fact, maybe we cut red altogether. Ice, it doesn't really need red. Lighthouse is just going to hurt our mana, even though it's a good one. Seize the Day, don't need that. Chainer's Edict, that's a very good one. Gurmag Angler is fine. Moan is a lot of creatures, but let's take Chainer's Edict. Archaeomancer. Yeah, that's the kind of card I want. Or maybe Faith's Fetters. What is Dreamscape Artist? Discard a card, sack a land, and then you get 2 basic lands onto the battlefield, untapped. Huh. That seems pretty good. We still don't have those Madness cards to take full advantage of it. But yeah, I'll just go with the more, boring pick of Faith's Fetters here, which is going to help deal with just about anything. No, not Defy Gravity. Probably we want Terramorphic Expanse here to help get our angels and whatever. Furnace Celebration, uncommon. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, you may pay 2. If you do, Furnace Celebration deals 2 to any target. So it's kind of a weird payoff for a sacrifice outlet deck, and there are a lot of good sacrifice outlets. Yeah, here it's just Unholy Hunger or Expanse, and I'll take another Expanse. Being in Esper plus green, I think we need it. All right, Frantic Search. Decent. And then Twins of Mauer Estate is probably the card we want. Yeah, discarding a card to foil just seems incredible. Thespian Stage, we could copy, Colonnade or something? I don't know. I don't know if we really need that. Another Terramorphic Expanse could be good. We just about have enough playables. Double Cleave, yeah, a lot of these cards are just not what our deck's trying to do, so I'll take another Expanse. And with 4 Terramorphic Expanses, our mana will be good enough here. Wow, Rune Snag is common. We've only seen one. And then Meringue River Prowler. Can't block, can't be blocked. And then you can just keep replaying this. That's pretty good. Pretty good win condition. Beckon Apparition might be more important in this format than normal because of cards like Resurrection or what have you. Is that going to be better than Rune Snag? Yeah, I'll take Beckon Apparition. It's instant, so you can respond to your opponent doing some nonsense that they ought not be doing. Treasure Cruise, we don't have any Delve yet, and that'll be a good one, especially to copy with Living Lore. So we'll grab Delve, or Treasure Cruise. Make an 8/8 Living Lore after spending 1 mana for a draw 3 Treasure Cruise. The Artist is decent, I think, especially now that we have a few Madness effects. Wow, whenever a creature dies, that creature's controller may draw a card. These cards are kind of slow to set up, but if you have a real engine, they could win the late game. Like, they'll be good against us. Madness here. Turn target creature from a graveyard to its owner's hand. Yeah, that's interesting. I'll take that. Okay, now we even need cuts. I like these foils. I'm not sure about Maelstrom Pulse, maybe. We could just stick to Esper. Like, maybe splash 1 red source or 1 green source, but not both. The rest of this looks pretty good, I have to say. Stitcher's Apprentice is... I'm trying to think how that plays out without that many creatures, and it doesn't seem too exciting. Return a bunch of creatures from our graveyard to our hand. Pulse, Blast. Just cut both and go to 23 cards. 23 cards, 4 of them are fetches, and then we have a few mana sinks here. Target player discards a card, so I think 17 is about right. Take an uncommon. We have a little bit of removal, a few creatures to get in the way early, some ramp, I guess. Some ramp and some discard outlets for twins and think twice, just the wind. Grave Scrabbler. But then we're just trying to build up to Angel of Despair, Turn to Mist, Ulamog's Crusher, these big win conditions. Beckon Apparition, I just have a feeling that's going to be well positioned in this format. At the very least, it makes a 1/1 eventually. Tap a couple cards. Yeah, Wall of Reverence is just something pretty tough to get past. We can stall out until we get our Angels and our Crushers in play. And then we have a way to get those things back. We have ways to protect them. Not to mention when we tap out for Angel of Despair, and if we don't have like a way to protect it or the Crusher, foil is a way. We'll have to play a few extra islands, but yeah, I mean, that's well worth it. Deck building should be... shouldn't be too bad here. Hopefully we just have a lot of blue, so we can play mostly islands for these foils. So 11 blue, I mean, it's not well, 12 blue, it's not a ton of blue, but it's enough. 12, and then some of this we don't need black for, but let's call it 9. 12, 9, 5. Okay. For some reason, Magic Online just can't count to 40 right now. Yeah, let's do like 3 swamps and 2 plains. Do I have that backwards? Maybe we want 3 and 3. Nah, yeah, so let's do... That's 10. To cast this angel, we need 2 white sources and 2 black sources. So we have sort of 10 ways to get all that. That should be enough. And then we have a lot of these islands, and this really does make it a lot of white sources. I mean, 7 white sources, 7 black sources, and 11 blue. The expanses help out with our treasure cruise to get an early 8/8 living lore. It's certainly an interesting set here. Looks powerful. It looks like you can make some busted decks. I don't know if we got one of the better ones, but we will just have to try it out and see. So here's our big payoffs. Colonnade is a nice one. Maybe we even have a... maybe there's even a little value to be had in this draft. Cool. See you in the matches. Round 1 versus Mantis Toboggan. Definitely a keep here. A hand that we'll try to find swamp with, get a turn to Guild Mage, and then go from there. Oh, there's our treasure cruise and living lore synergy. I don't know how early we can get a treasure cruise, but this helps a little bit. Plains. Those look a bit different there for some reason. Weird. There we are. Whenever this thing gets targeted, something can't block. So blue-red or Jeskai, some kind of heroic deck. Is it Blitz? Don't do it. Don't enchant your thing. Eel Umbra, okay. So taking 3 here, we don't have removal right away. And we don't have much to do at all, actually. Yeah, I'll still just block here, I guess, if they give us the opportunity. But if they Voltron this thing up much more, then that kind of sucks. What does Eel Umbra do? Oh, it just says flash. That's eel-like. Young Pyromancer. Nice, uncommon here. Yeah, let's go for it. They get their 2/1 back, but Eel Umbra dies. We save ourselves a few damage. And that's a nice one here. When is this? At the beginning of your end step we get that. Nothing good to return with Living Lore. We're not really close to Treasure Cruise, so this is our best play now. Yay, 1 life. And if this survives, we don't have to gain the life, I guess. But if this survives, Twins is gonna pump it up. Reckless Charge, wow. 7. We can't block. Thank goodness for this life. Alright, here we go. We already see Beckon Apparition potentially getting value by discarding Reckless Charge, which is really annoying here. But the other annoying thing is that we won't have enough mana left over for twins. We don't have a discard outlet, so let's just play the twins, gain some extra life, and it is a blocker. Target creature you control? And then always yes, always yield. We're back up to 14. We're back in it. I guess they can remove the creature in response. So it's a little less reliable than something that just said gain life equal to the greatest power you have in play. They find a land. That's enough to get this Reckless Charge back, but not to do that and something else. Hopefully they just don't have an attack this turn, but if they really wanted, they could Reckless Charge the Athlete and then slam it into the twins, get another elemental. Nightbird's Clutches, yeah, that's annoying. It's only 5, but still annoying. And it still might be a good target for Beckon Apparition. Because, I mean, at the point they're casting it, we don't get to sorcery. We don't get to respond to it by exiling it. So maybe we just do that now. Does charge give haste? Hold on. Yeah, it does give it haste, but that shouldn't be too bad if we get this many creatures into play. Okay, target our twins again, gain 3. The wall is super annoying for them to play against. Good, must have been a good pick. What is this? Thermo Alchemist. Cool. We'll be gaining life faster than that can keep up with for a bit. I could have saved that island, but whatever. Let us do Treasure Cruise for now. Too bad we can't sack the Cathodian to something and play a Crusher one day. Why don't we just exile everything? Because then we might draw a blue spell that can interact here. Almost. I don't think we have any cheap blue spells. Whatever. Yeah, go ahead and gain some life. Seven. So next turn it's Living Lore, hold up Ice, which is a nice response to a Reckless Charge, maybe. And then Ulamog's Crusher the turn after that. So maybe we can win somehow. Ulamog's Crusher will win quickly, even against young Pyromancer, I would think, because it deals with like 3 permanents. They have to chump block it, and they have to sacrifice 2. So yeah, even if they're playing a land and a spell every turn, that doesn't quite keep up with it. Or if it does, just barely, and the rest of our stuff can start attacking. Spirit. Okay, ouch. Alchemist. That's going to do 1 damage a turn, then plus 1 extra damage for every spell they cast. So here they go. The Crusader getting charged. Maybe, but then we still have 4 blockers. This attack doesn't look good from them. Soul's Fire. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to any target. So they're going to kill my poor spirit just because they can. And no attack. Ooh, save that island now. You bet. Makes Crusher a bit sad, but you know, Crusher, you're just going to have to deal. There's a new 8/8 in town, and it likes to tell stories. It just happens automatically? Yeah, I guess we only had 1, so Wasn't a choice. I'm going to pass here. Think twice is instant, so I mean that... whatever. Whoa, 8 life. Okay. Alright. Good stuff. Good stuff. This is over. I mean, this is just over. I don't know how we're going to win, but we'll figure something out. We're ahead on time. That is one worry for... do we want this to resolve? I don't think we do. Do we care? I don't think we care. We probably don't care. Let's just counter something that's relevant. They had to exile their reckless charge, so I mean that's fine. I don't think we care about that. Okay, counter squall is real nice here. Pretty nice. Discard a card, sacrifice a land, then get 2 lands. I'm gonna start playing these lands out actually. Get towards Ulamog's Crusher. Sorry, Living Lore. You need to gain us some more life before I let you off the hook. Maybe we'll get them to 18 this game. That's the plan. Faithless Looting, there we go. More spells. Yeah, this looks like if you're playing this format live, be careful that you and your opponent are playing at a sufficient pace to finish on time. Right now, I'm glad if they take a bunch of time, but that does get frustrating live. And oh boy, will they ever. Will they ever take some time? What have we got? Ooh, looks like a big spell. Big spell that's going to get squalled. I don't want to use foil here, even though we could pay for it, because when we tap out for Ulamog's Crusher, we might have an extra island in our hand. And then we'll want this as a bit of a backup. But yeah, I'm not too picky about that. Maybe we use it anyway. Okay, complicated spell. Tough to cast. Oh, they're doing it. Another treasure cruise. Yeah, I quite like this actually. This means they're going to mill first. Maybe. It's just more stuff for them, but we're just gaining 8 life a turn, so it hardly matters. Again, counter the things that matter. Like a giant spell that said, no blockers this turn, or something like that. You're gonna think twice. Ooh. There we go. Okay, Guild Mage. And I will not use the ability yet. Sure, I'm just gonna pass here. Gain some life. They ping us first. We're at 32. Counter things that are going to get rid of our Living Lore. Curious as to what they could do to break this stall. What could they do? There are a few things we can do to break it. What is this? Mystic retrieval on their treasure cruise. And this itself has flashback. Yeah, again, I'm not going to counter the card draw spells. I'm just going to work on countering spells that kill us. Every card draw spell is another elemental, but that's not a big deal. Unless they're attacking us 3 turns in a row without being picked off at all, but all of our creatures can pick off elementals. Swing out. Nope. Not yet. Okay. Expanse. I like it. Very good. And do we want to use this to discard one of their cards? Or maybe draw a card? Yeah, let's draw a card. We're not going to need the white for small spell. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, a good card to discard, assuming something like Living Lore dies. You may cast the exiled spell. Okay, when you cast the spell comes back, which is, it comes back to your graveyard, which is nice. Because if we get Living Lore back, we can make it an 8/8 again. 8, is it a may cast? You may cast the exiled spell. So if we're at 3 cards in our library, we're not forced to deck ourselves. All right, yeah, good luck. We're gaining more life a turn than they can even deal with their elementals attacking. We hold up, yeah, we're just holding Countersquall up here. Foil is not held up. Turn to Mist is kind of held up, but we don't have any good target for that. Flicker our Wall of Reverence. And no discard outlet for the Scrabbler in play, but we have, well, kind of, the Guildmage could do it. But we do have this Dreamscape Artist, which we could play out. I just don't want to play it out and not hold up Countersquall. Okay, go for it. Play, draw 3. Go for it. Just do it. Yeah, this is going to be Treasure Cruise again, and I will just snap, let it resolve. They might, this is dangerous. I mean, they might combo kill us by playing a bunch of cards in the same turn, but, you know, hopefully they don't. If we get anything here, we'll probably get white, but we should not get blue because we want to draw those. 2 islands left in the deck. Anything else we want to do? No. Unholy Hunger. Oh, we got the wrong color, looks like. But no worries. If we do this, that's enough to counter a few things. We can foil something, and we can Countersquall something. Or we can ice and turn to Mist. And they're still behind us in the decking themselves game. Grindy match. Flight of Fancy. When it enters, draw 2 cards. Ugh. Do I care about this? We have a flying blocker, and they're targeting Guildmage. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. We could have turned it to Mist. But again, they're just drawing a bunch of cards. I don't know how important cards are for them now. They have 1,000,000 cards. They're getting to the point where it really is their library. Oh, what if they had this spell, if you draw out your entire library, you win, and that's their end game plan. That's plan B. Well, we'll see. Whirlwind Adept. Hexproof Prowess. Why don't we not get a hexproof creature into play? How about that? How about that instead? Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. Still no island. But it's time. Is it time? No, it's not time. I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay, let's just pass. Let's just pass. We really can't hold, put our shields down now. We've already committed to that road when we let them draw 12 extra cards. But the interaction is nice. It is surprising that they didn't target the Wall of Reverence. Creatures you control have haste, no problem. 2/2 haste, everything else already, it's just not a problem. Anger. Come on, you got a lot of work to do here. You have a lot of work. And they're going to begin by trying to pick off our wall. But there's no way that can work, right? We have so many ways of protecting it. Or they're like, shoot, I didn't know that wall was flying. But then they would have attacked last turn. I think they have some kind of 4 damage spell here. Crusader. Yeah, I would have thought they knew about it. Maybe they have a couple more Souls Fires? No, that's it. All right. Okay, Terramorphic Expanse getting a swamp. My turn. There's our island. Now we can tap out. Now we can do it all. I still don't want to. Is that weird? Oh shoot, we can't tap out. Our foil is gone. Aha, okay. Tricky. I don't know if we're supposed to do anything here. Maybe, yeah, just do nothing. I think we can win the long game. I will hold the island for our second foil, and we're missing out on some Dimir Guildmage activations, but what would we even do with it? Make them discard a card and not hold up hunger, draw a card, and then we have one more card in our hand. None of that seems great. Faith's Fetters. Normally I'd be ecstatic to draw that. I don't know what it does for us here. You know what we should do? Play that. Play Ulamog's Crusher. Bam. Counter Squall. Gain 8 life. Alright. $12 mana over there. 10 over here. I think we have 13 lands in our deck that aren't expanses. Defy Gravity. Wow, flying. Sure, well, we do have a flying blocker. They can make something else flying. Unless we want to counter it, but I don't think we want to counter it. So here they go. How many turns can we just randomly take a hit from all of their creatures and survive? Maybe 3 turns? 2 turns? Flash it back, do it. Okay, that is one big angry monster. It doesn't have trample, it just has haste. Just take it. Save all our stuff. Tapping it would be hilarious. What is that, the third reckless charge? Yep, 3 reckless charges. Retrieval, defy gravity. That's a lot of elementals. This pyromancer has been hard at work. Pyromancers and hasty soldiers. Double haste, angry soldiers. I should have already yielded to that. Anything else? I guess you do have more stuff if you want it. Reckless charges coming back. Don't tap the blue, you need to use defy gravity again. But also, whatever you're doing, hurry it up. Okay. Giant anger. I don't know why they're bothering here. Just running down their clock. Kind of a bittersweet way to win. Oh yeah, it's all coming in. By the way, right click, attack all. It helps sometimes. They don't want to attack all, but that's fine. Oops, you can't block ground creatures like that. Do we want to keep this thing? Yeah, keep this thing around. Do something like this. Can't see this going too wrong for us. You may sacrifice it if we do. No, we don't want to. We have plenty of cards. Time to crush them. It has to crush. It's all it knows is how to crush. Living Lore can come in too, why not? Maybe we'll just win. Win the old-fashioned way. Another thing we could do is Faith's Fetters the Alchemist, which is one of their better cards. Okay. Target player discards a card. Now it's probably worth it. Just see what they're hanging on to. Mountain. Alright, so they have 1 Defy Gravity, 1 Reckless Charge, and whatever's on top of their deck. Gain 8 life again. What did they do? 8 damage to us total? Maybe more with their pumped up anger. But it's looking good. Looking good for us. Alright, you got your Alchemist. What is this? This is huge. What did they just draw? Or is this a, tap all your mana and then concede? It's like, check this out. I have nothing. Better be uncounterable, whatever it is. It would be hilarious if it was target player drew X cards. They could tap it for 8. I don't know if that exists in this format, but I'm sure something like that exists. But then we just counter it. Shoot. Well, what is it? Okay, nothing. Game 1. Game 1 in the bags. My first ever game of Ultimate Masters. The Ultimate Magic Experience. So, Mark of the Vampire, and they have no removal at all, so Mark of the Vampire goes way up. Bounce effects go way up. You saw how Beckon Apparition, even if it's not the best card in our deck, it certainly gets value. A bunch of random creatures. Dreamscape Artist is probably not fast enough. And Fire and Ice, I would like to play one red source just to make that a bit better. No, I don't think we can afford to do that. Our deck is just, it's just too, too hard on the mana here. Because we need the double sources. This will be good. This will be good enough. Alright, starting off strong, we can get our black and then maybe catch a Pyromancer before it gets a token. What? Faithless Looting. Okay, maybe not. Catch it with an Edict. Mystic Retrieval. Fine. Colonnade's good, but we do need the black source here to do much of what's in our hand. Come on, be Pyromancer. One time. Okay, that might be their only one. It's the only one we saw. So we're going to get that. Target player. I assume that's the player who's going to be sacrificing something. Yep. Cool. Got that out of the way. And then, yeah, we might as well exile the Retrieval. Crusader. Thermo Alchemist. We do need another black. We also need another white. So I don't know, we can delay that choice by playing Colonnade here. And then we can use Beckon Apparition as a trick to block. Yeah, let's hopefully find, yeah, black or white. I don't know. It'd be funny if they gave the Crone Crusader flying, because we'd still be able to block it. Yeah. I mean, they still get another soldier out of the deal, but still. Seems good. Now, if they only attacked with a little soldier, that'd be kind of fun. What do we want to get rid of? Mystic Retrieval, most likely. Probably not Defy Gravity, even though that, is decent. Turn to Mist. Flicker's Soldier, I guess that could be good. Chainer's Edict comes back for 7, so we have a couple good reasons to get a second black source. And well, 2 reasons in particular to get a second white source. The Angel of Despair, which also needs the second black, and the Colonnade to animate it. It can animate itself with its own mana, but then you're left with a tapped Colonnade. Oh boy, what do we have here? Faithless Looting, which is better when you're flashing it back, because then you just get to loot 2. Anger in the graveyard, so all their stuff has haste. Not bad. Conflagrate, also not bad, and they get in this 2 damage, so let's 1 damage from the thing. Let's get the Swamp. Dimir Gildamage. We do have Spell Mastery, so we can take out this Alchemist and then not have to worry about the damage it's going to deal this game. Let's do that now. He's going to do a lot. We even gain 2 life here. Hopefully the haste, well, yeah, hopefully they don't play some behemoth that kills us this turn. And I'm also pining for that white source off the top. Come on, white source. Come to me. We have 2 more expanses and 2 planes. So 4 chances at it. 2, which get it right away. Destroy target permanent. I love these effects. They're like, it's 7 mana, just let it do whatever. You can kill a land, You can kill a soldier token. Heck, you could even just destroy itself. That's how reckless it is. What have they got for us? Conflagrate doesn't do much. Treasure Cruise. Keeping anger in. Nice. Unfortunately, even if they win this game, yeah, they're just running out of time. They spent 15 minutes on their first game, 5 minutes on this one even. Sorry. We could make them discard, or we could draw. Let's draw a card. I want some lands and stuff. And they have lots to discard. The Guildmage itself is good enough to block their 1/1. Maybe they kill it or something. Getting the second Guildmage down is decent. But what did they do there? They used fire. Nice card. Not a bad one. Whoa, reckless. Okay. Oh no, is it more reckless charges? Yes. And another one. Ouch. So we're at 5. They have another reckless charge, but we have an Angel of Despair. I might not want to cast it here. Well, who am I kidding? Of course I want to cast it here. Angel. Kill their soldier. Kill their soldier. They've only got one card left, and if it's not a creature, they just don't have an attacker, so... if we untap with it, we have Turn to Mist, which will flicker it, which does a few cool things. It protects it. Edict is sorcery, so we can't use that as a trick. Kind of expensive to activate the Colonnade, even though we can hold up Counter Squall if we do it. Just attack here. I don't mind this 4-turn clock. But I'm not going to discard their last card there because then we don't hold up Counter Squall, and that's pretty important. Okay, cool. First match of Ultimate Masters. Easy. Match 2. Do we want to play first? Yeah, it looks like... I don't know, looks like we can get some advantage going. Some card draw. Keep this. I'll run out the Expanse and just get the second Swamp right away. Can't get the Plains as easily because then we can't get a Guildmage down on turn 2, but we need double both, so... Sounds about right to me. Green. I expect, from what little I know of this format, to be facing a Madness deck, but who knows. Blue-green Madness, potentially. All right, right away we're going to have double black, double blue, and double white. Nothing yet. Sure. That means we might just start using the Guildmage. Oh no, we can't use it on them to have them discard, because if they are playing Madness, that'll be good for them. We could use it on ourselves to draw, or we could start to get ahead of the game by playing Wall of Reverence. I'll tell you what, first thing, we'll attack. Second thing, draw a card. Because there's a lot of cool things in our deck that we can play if we have them, if we draw them. What? Canker Abomination. Choose an opponent for each creature that player controls. Okay, so the less creatures we have, the bigger this thing is. So it's pretty big. It's a 5/5 for 4. That's okay. That's cool. That's all right. We can fetter it and attack again and get our last swamp, I guess, because we want to be drawing the islands. Yeah, let's just fetter it. This is a little risky because if they just play a better threat, then we're out of good removal for it. Then again, a 5/5 is hard enough to deal with at this point that I don't feel too bad about this. Okay, another one. Foil. Just want to get those lands in there. And no longer can we attack. But we can block. We can block that Canker Abomination. Should set my stops again. Not my stops, but my auto yields. Because this is a May. You don't have to gain the life even when it's resolving, but we should set it to always do that. Beckon Apparition. Now, if we expected they don't have any interaction, any cool things to do, we could just exile one of our own things. Blue-green isn't known for its burn, so maybe they have a green pump spell or something, but yeah, what's going on here? Draw 3 cards, play an additional land. A little annoying. Noble Hierarch, nice one. Nice. Let's just get rid of their thing. They might have a better target for it eventually, but it still helps them with Delve or whatever they might have, so let's just get rid of it here. And I still feel like we're in good shape. Still play out the lands. We don't necessarily need Dreamscape Artist. I want to hold up foil. Oh no! Noble Hierarch really gets us here. That's okay. We're gaining enough life that maybe it doesn't matter so much and we can attack through this. But yeah, this will attack as a 6/6 past our wall. Tough one. I still don't want them to madness out a 0-cost creature. Maybe that's not a big concern, because they can't madness out anything except the little mongoose or whatever it is. Seven. Well, I don't know what they're up to, where they are, but okay, here we go. Yeah, let's draw a card. Target player draws a card. And fine, Cathodion. Good. Good plays. Good sequence. Gain 3 life this time. We don't hold up foil, but I mean, hopefully we just don't need it yet. I mean, we haven't needed it so far. And I do want to draw closer to the Crusher, because that puts things back in our favor, I would think. They get to sacrifice Abomination for free. And they just have nothing, hopefully. 7 cards, well, nothing. I mean, they have 7 cards. Kodama's Reach is a nice one. New art for it. Just put a land into play and into your hand. Basic. 2 islands. Show game log. Oh, I forgot to be checking for chats here. It doesn't automatically remind you anymore. Verdant Eidolon. Oh, wow. Okay, that's pretty neat. I'm surprised they didn't attack there, but I guess they're feeling on the back foot. Anyway, I still want to draw here. I want to draw an island more than anything. Better than nothing. And play a creature, because why not? And attack them down to 10. Cool, we are at 29, so reveals island, plays island. Okay, so both their islands are taken care of. But still our biggest champion, Cathodion. Always yes, always yield. Yeah, so even the colonnade here is going to be a big damage dealer. I just really want that island for foil. So if we draw the island here, we can go Crusher, hold up foil, discard foil to and island to counter something. Ether Snipe, that's bad news. Non-land permanent, and that could either be our spirit to get rid of it for all time, give them an extra turn on board against the colonnade. Oh, wait, oh, that's evoked. Now they could have cast it, so I guess they have more to do this turn. Or not, who knows. Boneyard Worm is a 1/1. Okay. There it is. There it is. I expect they have some kind of interaction here. But so do I. Crusher. Just foil it. Okay, but I'm going to foil your foil with my foil and my foil. And my island. And you can't do the same because you only have 2 cards left. See how that works? Also gain 8. Looks good to me. 40 to 10. Advantage bar to the south. No, don't. What? What is this? Wait, what? What is happening? Pulse of Marasa targeting Ether Snipe. No, don't get our Crusher. Oh wow, Pulse of Marasa is great. It's a fun one to see back. Watch them counter the Crusher again. Oh well, do your... Maybe we have to attack their hand here. Just to make sure they don't have any nonsense. Alright, another Cantankerous Abomination. And another foil, I bet. No, just a forest, whatever. Go. Only gaining 3 this turn. Still, we're back ahead on time. We've got the cards in our hand. They're out of tricks. I don't think they have any flashback or anything like that. So it's just whatever their last draw was against a million things. No blocks here. Stinger Fling Spider. Destroy target creature with flying. Ouch. Pure upside there. Well, at least we get our Crusher in play. And we can tap down something so they don't have enough to take it out. It's not even true. They can still take it out here. Ah, but that makes it, yeah, that makes it work. Ice. Who are we gonna ice? We're gonna ice the Snipe. Ice the Snipe, I always say. And then attack with the Crusher. They can sacrifice, well, have to attack with the Crusher. They can sacrifice Abomination and Island or something, but that's just the beginning. How many lands do we have left? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I think we can use the Artist and Just the Wind. That's fine. We're going to bounce the Abomination. I hope I don't have to hold Control down or something silly for this. Discard Just the Wind. Sacrifice a Mount of Swamp. Sacrifice a mountain. Cast Just the Wind, targeting the Abomination. Paying the blue. Because when that comes back down, it'll be tiny. And then we can use this Harrow, whatever. Have them discard another card. Yeah, just go for that. Get rid of it. I mean, it comes down as what, a 2/2, but still. Oh no, don't draw an 8 mana card. or do. Hunger. Nice draw. It's not like Ulamog, it's not indestructible or something. So that works. And yeah, beginning of the end for them. Crusher comes in, they don't even have enough power to block it and kill it. Whew, good draw. All right, these guild mages will build up some value over a long game. I really want Maelstrom Pulse. Maybe something like that. Wall of Reverence. They've got that spider that can kill our wall. I don't like the Artist, I'm afraid. Just cut that. The removal seems important here, enough to mess up our mana just a bit. And it does mess our mana up for sure. But the fact that they have like 3 or more of those giant whatevers and we don't have too many creatures early means we could get a nice 2-for-1 off of it. Alright. Yeah, a good enough hand. We get our turn 2 Guild Mage again. Turn 3 Cathodion, turn 4 Hold Up Foil. Pass. Exile Foil with Living Lore, why not? Ooh, Counter Squall. Not yet, not yet. But yeah, we don't have a million ways of dealing with the 8/8, the Crusher on their side of the field either. Discarding Kodama's Reach. Is that what they meant to do? No, it's just milling one. So whatever. Oh, that's so good, actually. That's so good. Yeah, get your Kodama's Reach back, I suppose. Maybe we try to counter it. Wow. I mean, it's not like they knew that would happen. Artisan of Kozilek. Ooh, that's another good one. It's an exciting set. It's like a 9 mana reanimate, but it's also a 10/9. Counter Squall here. Yeah, it's also a 10/9 that has Annihilator too. Can't shake a stick at that. It's not very effective anyway. Chainer's Edict. Ugh. Not really what I want here. But I'll tell you what I want. Cathodion. Stinger Fling Spider without a target. Sure. Huh, what do we do? We could draw a card. Yeah, let's draw a card. Try to hit those land drops. Great. If that's the best they could do on 5 or 6 mana, then we could probably survive this. If they attack in with it, I'd be real tempted to double block, but I probably wouldn't end up double blocking because our attacks might get better back. No, now they have something bigger. Ether Snipe. Getting rid of Cathodion, now they can just attack in with the spider without any worries. Land on top one time. Okay, Turn to Mist doesn't help. None of this helps. I guess Cathodion helps. Shoot. Awkward draw. Verdant Eidolon, sacrificing to get some land, and then multicolor spells get it back. Yeah, let's just try to kill this thing. You may destroy a creature with flying. Yeah, you can't even force them to lose their own flyer by flickering it or something. That's it for that turn. Come on, land. Yes, that's a good one. 8, we could do Treasure Cruise, and it's unlikely they can counter it, but we should probably develop the board if possible. I don't know if it is possible. The nice part about Treasure Cruise is it gives us that giant living lore. It also makes us discard. I discard 2 cards, wow. Not what I want to do. Make a 2/2 living lore. Now you're talking. Just pass it. Just pass it. Chainer's Edict is terrible because they sacrifice Archaeomancer or Deranged Assistant, and it gets no value. I'll just hold up foil here. They don't have many cards left, or any. Bring it on. Oh, not bringing it on. Land? Yes. Cool. Still can't really Treasure Cruise here. Maybe if we could hold up 2 extra mana, but we can only hold up 1 extra mana this turn. Just hold off on that. But the Expanse helps us a ton. It even means a possible Angel next turn. Probably not an Angel, but possible. Urban Evolution. Nope. I mean, hopefully not, anyway. Ooh, they have their own foil. The last card of theirs is foil, and we don't have our extra mana for foil. So, well drawn. Well drawn. Draw 3, play an additional land. Strong card. I wonder which one they drew, the evolution or the foil. Either way, it's not good for us. But maybe we can draw some good stuff. We can ice them. That's what we'll do. 8. Haven't played a land yet. Probably don't need white. I don't think we need any card in our graveyard, so let us just get rid of all of those. Cruise it, maybe play an 8/8 Living Lore this turn, while they can't interact with it as easily. Yeah, just go for it. 8/8 Living Lore, good luck. Blue deck, which surely doesn't have any removal. Have to remember they only drew 4 cards that we haven't seen yet. What are the odds they have some way to remove or bounce a creature? Don't do it. Pulse of Marasa. Getting... Shoot, what did they get? Show game log. They got Artisan of Kozilek. I don't... Oh, they can cast it this turn. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is not okay. That is not good. On cast, they get back Ether Snipe, which bounces Living Lore. And there's just nothing we can do. Just F6 here. Nothing we can do. 7. I draw White Source, that might help. Pretty much we just need a, not bounce, but just actual removal for the Artisan. Do we have it? We could bounce it and then counter it, but then they get another creature back for free, like the Eidolon. I guess that's not as scary. All right, what a turn. What do we do? Is there an easy way to discard our thing? No. And then Treasure Cruise is exiled forever because that's how that worked. Bounce your Artisan. Okay, go. 4/4, we have to discard. I guess that was a way to use Just the Wind. Huh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, unfortunately, they're just going to have the mana for it. So we don't have a good card to discard. Discard Dimir Guildmage, I think. Kind of rough. Now we don't have any of those left. And they know we could have done it, so... And they know we have 2 foils in our deck, because that's not a turn they'll forget. Where we foiled their foil, targeting our foil. Yeah, not a problem. Take 4. I mean, it's kind of a problem, but not an immediate problem. Woodfall Primus. Gotta foil that. Unfortunately, they're just gonna get that one back. Oh no. I can't deal. This is getting hard to deal with. I thought I could deal. I was wrong. I was dead wrong. There's just nothing. Where's our... Yeah, if we could draw a card here, we could find the one card that exiles the Primus. That's our only hope. That's the only thing we can really do. So, stop on their turn. Fetter something... Unless it's a mana ability. And this is a mana ability, it doesn't target anything. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, there's just way too much mana. I can't... Yeah, anyway. Upkeep. Let's ice something to attempt to draw this! Yes! We did it! We actually got there. We did it. Okay, take 6. Kill their 1/2. That's what we needed. There it is. Let's see how they target. Of course it's going to be the Primus. Beckon Apparition. Come on. Beckon Apparition. The thing is, they're not worried about counter magic here because we're not going to counter the trigger. We still need a way to deal with the Artisan, but we'll worry about that later. We have Faith's Fetters. They're going to get Archaeomancer. Okay, well, whatever they target, I'm going to exile here. Just hopefully they don't get this Artisan too many more times. Turn to Mist, does that do anything? Not really. So, pass here. There's the Plains. And the Plains gives us an Angel of Despair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 without Turn to Mist backup, unfortunately. But that's what next turn is for. Kill that Artisan. Hopefully they don't have a way to reanimate that, or otherwise put it back in their hand. And that gives us a nice blocker for the Ether Snipe. Phew. I guess what they wanted back was foil. Maybe that means they had an island in their hand. 2 foils. Another game where I want to stay ahead on time if possible because we are up a game. Pulse of Marasa getting back Artisan. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's another Pulse of Marasa! Oh no! And then... Alright, at least we still have our Angel. Maybe this is winnable. What we can do... And they can kill our forest or something, but... 4... Oh no... Ouch. Yeah. They kill the forest, so we just have no way of casting that spell if we ever draw it. But what we can do is Fetters the Primus, never cast Chainer's Edict, and then bounce the Angel to kill the Artisan again. Just, that's what we gotta do. Have we used both foils? Yes, so the island is a fine play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fetters. Turn to Mist. And pass. We get this back, we kill the Artisan, and all is well in the world. Everything is working as it should. Next turn, Living Lore. What do they get? 4/4 Boneyard Worm. We're going to get an embarrassing Living Lore too, but at least it can trade off with something. And we have this 5/5 that can attack every turn. So yeah, let's start with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fire Ice. Should be a 4/4. What? Oh. Okay. So it thinks it's exiling 2 cards, and it's summing each of the cards' mana cost. That might be a bug. It's an 8/8. And each card's mana cost is 4, because the card's mana... That's funny. Huh. I'll take it. Be careful that they don't have too many reaching creatures, but I don't think they do. That's funny. Wow, that's a really good combo with Fire and Ice, although I don't think that's how it should work. I just have a hunch. Living Lore's power and toughness are each equal to the exiled card's converted mana cost. You know, singular exiled card its mana cost. Its mana cost, I would assume, is 4. So it's just some number somewhere that got messed up. No! Can you just stop trumping me for one moment? Just give it a rest. Now we're going to draw the thing we need green for. You watch. Think twice. Well, nope. If we tapped black there, it would have cast it. No, we would have had to target, so I guess that's not true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite enough for the crusher. So think again. Land? Maelstrom Pulse? They do not want us to draw this card. They say, whatever you do not draw a card. We're still at somewhat of a standstill, because if they attack with Mahamoti Jinn, they're going to win that race, but I don't know. It's a weird one. Ulamog's Crusher is also kind of embarrassing because they get to sacrifice their Primus. And it has to attack each combat. Oh no! They're going to draw cards. We're still going to lose this game somehow, but maybe we'll have a chance in the match. I feel behind now. Crusher's just not great on this board. Then again, they get to sacrifice their Primus. Oh no, they're gonna get back the Pulse again. Gain 1,000,000 life while they're at it. Yeah, that's a good set of cards you got going over there. Good in the late game. Swamp. So let's set up a big defense this turn. Ooh, we even have Unholy Hunger. Feeling good about that. Not sure what we want to kill. Maybe just hold it up here. Yeah, fine with that. So they pulse back Artisan. Artisan gets back Ether Snipe. Ether Snipe bounces Living Lore. Or if they get really greedy, they'll bounce the Angel. No, they're not going to bounce the Angel. Get real. Yeah, Ether Snipe. That could bounce our Spirit token, or it could bounce Living Lore. Probably Living Lore. Ah, they're getting the Spirit token. Fair enough. That means... What does that mean? That means we'll probably use Unholy Hunger on Mahamoti Jinn. Verdant Eidolon coming back. Because they get a free attack here with the Jinn. And they left our Living Lore alone. And now they don't have a good flying attacker. And we have one turn. I mean, now it's just, at this point, it's just trying to survive. So no real point attacking. And if they do attack with ground creatures, this Living Lore is going to potentially go off. I don't know what the target with Fire and Ice would be. I rather like it as an 8/8, to be honest. You draw more cards. You don't have too many more cards left, but if they're drawing to something specific, then that makes sense, I guess. Have to sacrifice two things. Let us sacrifice an island and a swamp. And then block it to kill it. What would we rather trade with? I guess we kind of want to trade with the Crusher. We don't want them to kill two things, so the next best thing is Cathodion. And if they have Bounce, I guess that makes it a pretty good exchange for them, but this looks okay to me. They'll kill the Crusher, and that means they don't get to unlock the Primus. I mean, the Crusher's not a blocker for any turn after this, so trading the Crusher with Artisan here is really good. Okay, I imagine they could find a way to kill us in a couple turns, but hopefully they don't. Discarding Chainer's Edict, and we're not going to cast it anyway, so go nuts. Here we go. Wall of Reverence, okay. Whoops. Yeah. So target our Living Lore. Always yes, always yield, and we might win this game. We really got them. I mean, they got so much value over the course of the game. How many Artisan of Kozilek triggers did they get? 4? I mean, maybe we haven't won yet, but all we have to do is survive 2 turns. Yeah, here they go. 4 cards in their hand. Trying to get as much damage in as they possibly can. Something like this. Now what is this? Each equal number of creature cards in your graveyard. So we want to kill that thing because that'll just get bigger. And make a block like this. Or, better yet, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or like this even. Yeah. Don't want to think too long about this. Just say no to this ability. I don't even know what it would do here. Did we get there? They probably have a way to finish off something. I have no idea. If they do, what would you finish off? What did they do? I don't want chat. I don't know, I have to scroll down a million years. Returns Artisan of Kozilek. Well, you're welcome to do that. What is this, the 5th pulse? Alright, good luck. They need to kill us this turn from 25 life. Just no way to do it. They could bounce... They still have Ether Snipe, right? They could bounce the Primus back or something, but yeah, we got there. Alright, 2-0. There's no way this match would have finished on time in live Magic, but there you have it. 2-0, 4-0, I guess. To the finals. Alright, whatever happens, that's not really the finals, because it's just your record at the end of these that matter. It's Swiss. But it's kind of the finals. Anyway, whatever happens here, I'm happy with our deck's performance. We've beaten some pretty spectacular stuff, especially after that last one. Wayfinder, got to get white here. Hopefully not drawing our Demir thing right away. And then get our second black with the Expanse. Yeah, it looks about right. So then we can curve out, well, not really curving out, but... Ah, yeah, it does curve out. We can get our twins. What the heck is this? Gain 2 life. Okay, it's a 3 mana 2/3. That is that's a good lizard. I didn't know about this lizard. I didn't play back in original Ravnica, which is where I'm assuming this is from. Now we could, I think we just cast Cathodion here, but it'd be kind of cute to discard twins and counter something with foil. Maybe we can do that later. What is going on here? How did they get so many cards in their graveyard? With the Wayfinder? Land to your hand, and they got a swamp to their hand. Okay. Sacrifice a creature? No. No thanks. Whatever. Slum Reaper. They call him a brown scale because of the colors of his scales. Alright. They think they're so tough, but what they don't realize is that, wow, we have Exodia here, naturally drawing our land. Well, naturally, I mean, we did play 2 Terramorphic Expanses. But we'll get this wall, gains us a life. Always yes, always yield. And it blocks 4 damage, so not a bad trade-off. Don't kill it. No! They would have Spider, wouldn't they? I shouldn't have played the island there. Oh well. Hard cast the twins. We're gonna, most likely we play it anyway, but hard cast the twins. They don't have good attacks into it. They can sort of force in like 4 damage or something. Slum Reaper, I mean obviously that's very good. Okay, now they get in 6. But no more. No more damage, okay? No more removal. No more creatures. I've had enough. We're dead. Wow, we're actually dead. We curved out like crazy. 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 mana thing is a 2-for-1, and we're still dead. Oh, okay. Did I play that wrong, or did they just play it right? Tap creatures. The problem is they just had a bunch of 2-for-1s and 4 2s that sacrifice something small to kill something big of ours. Yeah, just a bunch of 2-for-1s. So what can we do against that? I mean, Cathodions are good. Mark of the Vampire is going to be terrible. Fumes Bitter might be okay. The Apprentice is not very good. I'm going to keep it like it is. We could distort our mana again for Maelstrom Pulse, but... or just cut Counter Squall. I don't know. There are 41 cards. I like it. Alright, keeping it. Turn 2, Beckon Apparition. Turn 2, Think Twice, more likely, but... at least this match is going by quick. Black or white, pretty much a toss-up here, but let's go for black. Yeah, nice. Pass it. We could exile the Expanse if we really wanted a 1/1, but I like saving that. Here's how you beat their deck. You just never play a creature. That's the way. Maybe I should have drawn a card there. Oh well. Rather develop. I'm also going to save the ice. I'll save the ice and use Think Twice. Or maybe foil, who knows. Blue or white? Play the white. It's a little better with foil. Alright, looking good. We're not dead on turn 5 this game, so that's a plus. Fauna Shaman, can we let that resolve? Yeah, because we can hunger it. I think their deck's just probably too powerful to let something like that hang out. Destroy target permanent, yes. We didn't even show this to them last game. It cost 7. Go. It cost 7. Alright, well, yeah, counting is hard when, well, counting is hard. What do we do here? No. Or maybe. Yeah, let's do it. Because if we do our angel and they cast their little scuttling nonsense, we'll have a way to fight it. Alright, here we go. We'll have something to sacrifice to it, is what I'm trying to say. Let's kill a forest. Because if they couldn't do anything with this mana, then what are the odds they'll do something with more? And if they cast a spider here, we're in bad shape, but of course they'll cast a spider here. Chainer's Edict. And one of the scuttler dudes. Well, at least we both have to sack one. That's annoying. We don't have a good way to get it back, so I might just treasure cruise here, get rid of everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. They could reanimate us. That would be pretty good for them too. Yeah, Expanse, go. Get that second plains, counter something. We have our own Chainer's Edict. They have Chainer's Edict in the graveyard, which is something to watch out for. Angler, yeah, we can let Angler do its thing here. Edict, you sack a creature. And I will play the mage and pass with all of my interaction up. Great. Want to cast an Edict. I should have... There was an argument there to save the Angel of Despair. I just got trigger happy with it and was hoping to untap. Okay, they're all right. Never mind. I did everything perfectly. Let's move on to the next game. Still, what if anything do we want to do here? No, just play it like it is. The consistency, I mean, Maelstrom Pulse is great, but our mana just is too important. Yeah, I like this hand. It thins our deck right from the start, and it deals with their first big threat just completely. And catches us up if they do get a quick start here. So I'm tempted to just get white for the first couple turns. Okay. Or draw it naturally, that works. Colonnade. Expanse, so Expanse might get black here. We can ice them, ice their forest. That draws us a card, which they might just let resolve. Yeah. Oh, that's a good draw. I could have used the Expanse to thin first. And then I just F6'd, so I didn't use it at all. So, sounds good. Wow. One, two, three, four, five, six. Whatever. This is fine. A little bit sloppy, but Magic is hard. What do we want? Swamp? What else do we want? Island. Pass it. Maybe we'll find something to do so we don't have to face fetters at 2-5. And maybe we won't. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, either way, we'll just treasure cruise here. You know what? I'm going to save Fire and Ice because apparently that makes our lore elemental a true boss. Makes it an 8/8. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to work, but that's how it worked. Discard a Swamp and a Terramorphic Expanse. It sucks to get rid of that, but I do want the second plains, and I do want this foil active with all these extra islands. Counter Squall is a good one. Okay. What does this do? Gets a creature from our graveyard back to our hand. Unfortunately, we just don't have any of those. Maybe we can block with the Colonnade. Which is a bluff attack. They're pretty pretty easy for them to make. Now what's this? Gurmag Angler. How do we deal with this? Just foil it? Seems like the best way. And Edict. That's a nice answer to what they have left. What is the best way to do that? Okay, let us animate Colonnade, swing 4, and then use this mana to Edict them. Cool, shields are down, but they can resolve one creature, we can Edict them, and then Faith's Fetters whatever's left. So another Gurmag Angler, that's about to get Edicted. 7. Very nice. Holding the island, we have one foil left in the deck, I believe. 3/3 Worm. And a Golgari Thug. Top creature card on top of your library. Wow, it gets back a Gurmag Angler. Not bad. Not too shabby. So let's get out this thing and just pass it. Maybe we could have used the Guildmage that turn. 4, we hold up 2 for like Counter Squall, Turn to Mist. Nonsense. This holds up Colonnade, so they don't get a really good attack with the Worm. I'm afraid of this thing, but yeah, I'm a little too afraid of it, I think. If we had one more mana up, we could do it and then hold up Counter Squall, but a little too afraid of it here. Okay, you're getting your Spider back. And then what on earth is this? All creatures get -1/-1. This has a damage on it. Do not want. So let's counter Golgari Charm. It just kills Guildmage, and I don't want Guildmage to die. Cool, just the wind. Target player draws a card. I want to find that angel. That's what we're digging to now. And they have their spider, so that's kind of the answer to the angel, but if we can respond to that with Turn to Mist, that's just absurd. So Just dig to that as fast as possible. I'm not going to block. And I don't think they have flash. Or what do they have? What the heck? Hey. What did they do? Oh, they killed their worm because they don't have any creatures left in their graveyard. I gotcha. Thug. And a million Gurmag anglers. They have so many Gurmag anglers. It's so stupid. Alright. Well, Gurmag angler number 1. Crusher helps for a turn too. Yeah, Crusher's really good here, especially with our Just the Wind. Turn to Mist, all that stuff. Gurmag angler number 2. Only a couple more of these. And they want to put Boneyard Worm back on top. It's not a big deal, I don't think. Cool. 8, holding up some of this stuff, and then keeping that island in our hand. That looks about right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pass to you. So they can't attack this turn. Next turn they don't necessarily have good blocks. They sacrifice the angler. What did they just do? They delved or dredged something. Yikes. Oh, it's impossible to get this information. Golgari Thug. Great, that's dredge 4. They get that back. So dredge is a thing, apparently. Golgari Thug comes out. And all was right in the world. With the world, whatever. 7, we can draw a card. Anyway, let's attack with this Crusher. See what they do. They might try to... They'll probably just chump it with Golgari Thug. That's maybe what I would do. Are they going to get Kitchen Finks back? No. The worm. Just take 8 then? I don't know what to expect. I mean, there's just so many options with Dredge. Do they have any more Dredge cards in their graveyard? They do, Golgari Thug, so they can Dredge 4 instead of drawing for their next turn. Get the Thug back. What a game. Maybe that's it. Oh wow, we did it. Cool. Yeah, somehow we'll get back to the game. Yeah, my first Ultimate Masters draft, and I guess I won a couple more. But wow, what a grindy format. The cards are cool though, and there's going to be a lot of archetypes to figure out. We played against 3 different archetypes. They all seemed pretty strong. We just played some kind of weird control archetype with a little extra value, and yeah, that worked out too. So yeah, I'll try to put this up as soon as possible so it can benefit you as much as possible. Good luck in your drafts, and hopefully open something sweet. Until next time.